right, guys, welcome back to part two with the incredible Melissa Nicole Brooks. It's so funny to say the Nicole piece because I always just call Melissa Brooks. But yeah, it's cool, right? It's Melissa Nicole Brooks. So first part was amazing. I love the idea of this signature series. I just love that you've called it that. It makes it so it just makes it so much sense for me. So you've created you mentioned you created like 45 posts in the last like what month, in the last like 30 days or so.
It was like probably last month and a half. I don't
Yeah,
know the
okay.
exact, but
So like one a day, one post a day. Right, like 45 posts, 45 days, starting from scratch, and you now have 6,000 followers on Instagram.
close. We're getting there. We're
So
getting there.
close. Cl-
I think I'm growing pretty fast every
yeah.
day. So let me see the last time I checked, but I believe it is, yeah, well, 52:23. So we're getting there. I would say we'd probably hit 6,000 this week, though.
Oh my lord. So like 45 days, 45 posts, well over 5,000 followers, which is again, as you mentioned, over 100 followers a day. And what about TikTok? Like what happened over there?
So TikTok's growing faster, in my opinion. I don't know what it is about it. They're
Yeah.
about the same views, but the conversion rate's pretty much the same. So
Mhm.
TikTok, I would say I had grown the account to 14,000 in a way that I didn't want, right? So I talk about a signature series. Well, this one was from like eating stuff, like healthy foods. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like,
Yeah,
and
I could.
so I literally switched my niche completely. And then what you don't like to say niche, like niche, you
Yeah.
are the niche, right? But
Yeah.
um now it's at I started at that and then I made the switch and now I'm at 35. So
Mhm.
34.8 on that. So within the last few months, that's how much I've grown them there.
Yeah, like 20, so 14,000 to 34,000 basically, right? So
Mhm.
20,000. Oh my God. So this works. This works. So like every day, like I'm curious, like every day, are you ever confused around like what to post? Or because you got these things, like how does that work? Are you like waking up and you're like, I know what I'm gonna post today? Or are you like leveraging like chat GPT to give you ideas, or are you finding other ideas from other people? Like how does that work? Because I feel like it's quite authentic, like quite an authentic process.
Yeah. So it started out where I was doing research on just like what would this look like for me, but then I realized the more I was trying to fit myself in a mold or be like
Mm.
other creators, it wasn't working. So what I did as I came up, I was like, well, what's different about me? What's two of my pillars? Well, I'm neurodivergent. People know that about me. And I call myself neurospicy. So my brain just works a little different. That's why I say it only works between 11 and 4. I can run circles around a 40-hour work week in a day, but when my brain is done, it's done. So like I engulf that with my dressing, like because I have a quirky personality when you get to know me. And so like I walk in my closet and none of it is scripted besides the first thing I say. Dopamine dress with me. I'm your neurospicy bestie. We dress for our mood and not trends. Let's get into it. Then I just go and it is completely unscripted. So there are certain quirky parts where I don't know, I'll make like a little noise, a funny noise or something. I'm like talking to myself, but I'm talking to them. And I think that's the part they like because they feel like it's just myself. So I would tell people, just be you. If it's weird, weird is cool, right? So like that's what I've just kind of done and I've embraced it. And that's why I think that
Hmm.
having it be a signature series, but also being 100% yourself and
Hmm.
not try to script everything, right? So
Hmm.
that's my advice there.
Yeah, and I can hold my hand up and say like I've taught frames, scripts, guides, and now we're in a situation now people just want to see that other people out there are being 100% themselves. And the reality is, guys, everyone else is taken. So just go and be yourself, be completely authentic, and it's gonna work out for you. So the ideas, it's not difficult for you to come up with the ideas because it's just you live in your day to day. You like documenting what you're doing anyway, just as you said, with a little extra spice. And you know what? The people who don't like you will probably let you know in the comments that they don't like you, which is amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to have people who don't like you to have people who really, 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 really who are obsessed with you, and the people who don't like you will also bring people to you who will end up falling in love with you just because of the way the algorithm works. It's kind of an amazing thing. So How many of the conversations that you're having each day are you instigating versus them like reaching out to you? Like
I
if you
think
have, mm,
so. With all the comments,
mhm,
there's if so check your comments. That's the best place to go and reply. So like if someone says something or they compliment me, that's when I can go on Messenger. So it's not as easy to do it on TikTok unless you're following each other, but usually you can find people on like Facebook and Instagram as well. But just having that conversation, like, thank you so much for showing love on my post. I truly appreciate it. That's also going to cultivate that appreciation, but also that community, because growing a community will take you further than a following. So that's the biggest thing that I've taken from that is just having those conversations daily. Like it's got to be a non-negotiable. At least 10 get in 10 people's inboxes every single day. And if you're bringing people in with your content, it's easier than having to go find them, right? Because they already like what you're putting out there.
yeah, yeah. So create the content that's authentic to you, and then go reach out to the people who are engaging to build the community more than the following. I love that. It's so funny. It's so funny you say that because I remember I was speaking with a woman who was in Belgium or in the Netherlands. She's in Europe, right? And this is going back, what, 7 years ago, maybe even 8 years ago. And someone introduced me to her because they said she has an amazing community. And I went on her Instagram profile and she had like maybe 7,000 followers, similar to what you have now, right? 7,000 followers. And I was like, it can't be that great. It's like only 7,000 people. And I got speaking to her and she was like, oh my God, thanks for messaging. Like, I've been following your stuff, blah, blah, blah. And she wasn't in network marketing. And I was talking to her because she wanted to know more about how to get involved in network marketing. Anyway, she joined the network marketing company and hit the top rank in the company in like 10, 11, 12 months. It was under her first year because she had a really engaged community. Not, I mean, hey, 5, 6, 7,000 followers is a lot of followers, but like, if you've been building on a platform for years and years, then some people
Yeah.
might say it's not. But as you said, like the comments create conversation, the conversation get people to come back, and that's what creates the community, right?
Yep.
So
And
yeah, it's amazing, and it also like you get to see people who are jumping on your lives and are jumping on your reels. You get to see them every single day.
And another thing too to think about, like it's changed so much because if you go look at some of the big creators that boomed during COVID, you go look at their views with a million followers, and they have like 1,000 views. And so you have little old me over here with 5,223 on my Instagram I just started, and there's 5,000 views. So I'm
Mhm.
thinking if I keep compounding this, and that's why I think right now is the best time to jump in and grow, is
Yeah.
because it's just, I don't know, it's more unscripted right now. And that's what I'm kind of finding interesting about it.
Yeah, like messy action is so important because like you could potentially go viral. Viral is not the right word for this call, but you could potentially blow up by messing up. Like
Mhm.
you because when you take messy action, it's just being completely authentic. And if a few of the right people get hold of it and go, "Oh my God, I love her," right? Because she's just a hot mess. She's just a little bit wild. She dresses a little bit crazy. She's just like me. She's thinking about all these different things. She's super distracted. She clearly has ADHD. Whatever. Like that's where the magic's in the mess now. It's so
Mhm.
amazing. That's the situation. How about like Instagram stories? Are you leveraging Instagram stories to start much conversation, or are you really focusing on like the lives, the reels?
So yeah, and on Instagram, I haven't really been in my stories as much recently because that account's so new, and I kind of was just cross posting. I was like seeing if it would stick, and then it did, and I was like, okay, I really need to think of this strategy here.
Hmm.
But TikTok now has stories, so
Yeah.
I've been dabbling in that. But Facebook, I post everything there. Facebook is my bread and butter for stories, and like I love stories. Like that's one of the action steps we do as a team is we reply to stories to build relationships, and so when you're already bringing people in that are your people, it's easier to have those conversations when you're commenting on their stories, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's another big thing too. And the fact that if, like, how important it is to have like your own ways to get leads. Obviously, I do. So, like, that helps too. If I'm talking about something, people can opt in to get those free things that I have or whatever. So, like, I think that's really important because you'll get so much if they're already watching you, right? So, but yeah.
Mhm. Oh my god, I've made so many. It's either I made so I'm like a note taking freak. The problem is I'm starting to get cramp. Like yesterday, it happened on one call. I was like, oh my days, I've not had like writer's cramp for so long because I'm taking so many notes because this is so good. Like, you know when you like you need to hear something that's so simple that just makes you go, just do it. What you've said about this signature series has like woken me up to like starting to do more authentic, real content that's not, clips. Like, we live in a clip age, right? Where it's like, let's just do an hour long live and then clip it up. And those posts do so bad. They just don't because it's boring. It's just boring. And you reminded me to just be completely authentic. You mentioned before about like you've gone through like this confident like this game of confidence, right? Like you're getting your confidence back. What do you feel has given you that? Has it been the health transformation? Has it been has it been starting this new account and seeing that like, wow, new people actually like me for being me? Like what do you feel has brought that confidence back?
I remember we did a call, I think right when I had started the journey,
Hmm.
and I remember telling you, I know that for me, getting healthy and getting this weight off is holding me back to be on
Yeah.
camera. And I know as soon as I do that, I'll start to flourish in that aspect. That was the one thing that was missing. So I really think a mixture of the both, but I know I wouldn't have got behind the camera on back camera, full body without that transformation. So
Uh-huh.
I think that they both play a part, but I know that your confidence, is the big thing too. So, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. And I always say that confidence comes from like experience, and experience comes from doing. So
Hmm.
you feel better, right? Because you've lost the weight, but you're actually doing the work as well. Like you're doing the reels, you're doing do you enjoy doing do you enjoy doing the lives? Because I used to love doing lives, and now I'm like, ugh,
I don't like
they take so much of my energy to do lives now. How about you?
I don't like lives at
Uh-huh.
all. And but I say this maybe ruffle some feathers. I
Uh-huh.
think lives are not, I don't want to say
Mhm.
pointless. If
Yeah.
you are not growing your network and nurturing
Mhm.
your network and you're going live in front of your grandma and your mom over and over and over, you're going to burn yourself out. So, like,
Mhm.
make sure if you're doing your lives, it's to cultivate the community that you're growing. And that's the biggest piece of advice I would say. So, like, for me, if I go live on TikTok, I'm not just going to sit there. I'm going to be doing something I'm already doing to be productive, and I'll have my camera up on me and I'll just be talking to them. Like, and they're
Yeah.
like, hey, what are you like? Just talking like friends. So, but yeah,
Mhm.
I like reels and TikToks.
Yeah, and I agree. I think it's so important for you guys watching, like understand what features of the social media platforms are made for what. Like now live, I mean like lives on Instagram, they're only going to get seen by your followers. TikTok, if the algorithm throws you in front of a load of new people, but I think the number of people who follow people from TikTok lives is not that high. It's not that crazy. Facebook, yeah, I mean if the algorithm really likes you, it's going to throw you in front of a few people, but like people aren't watching like they used to. Like when I used to go live every Tuesday night, right? It was 45 minutes almost every single week. People aren't watching 45-minute lives anymore, right? Because we've shifted to this short form content. So I think, as you're saying, authentic signature series. I can't wait to start mine. I've got so many ideas already, and I'm going to use ChatGPT like a maniac to find
Yeah.
like the absolute perfect one. Did you use ChatGPT at all to give you any?
I did for figuring out like what I wanted my hook to be. And I'm gonna change it up, but like right now I'm scared to change anything because it's working so well. So it's
Right.
like, but I'm always like I want to test other things. So I have been testing. That's when I did the cart confession one, and it did really well. So I was like, I'm gonna continue to do that. I did my first one, but will say I drew inspiration whenever you did that one call about back to the basics, the
Mm.
call. Remember we did the
Yeah,
emergency call.
yeah, yeah.
So that's when I was like, I am overthinking all of this. So that's when I really
Mm.
sat down. I was like, I need to figure out how can I be, I don't want to say be your authentic self. I know that sounds like cliche or whatever, but like for real,
But it's true,
it
right?
It is like, and I never
Mhm.
really truly understood what that meant
Mm,
until I just
mm,
decided if people don't like what I'm putting out there, they can
mm.
continue to scroll.
But
So,
you gaining your confidence back has allowed you to have that. If they don't like it,
mhm,
right? Because without that confidence, it probably would have you probably would have been affected by it a little bit more, right? Like, oh God, like
right.
she's saying things that I'm thinking as well. Like maybe she's right. Now it's just like I don't
Mhm,
care. I don't care what you say. Like you whatever. And
yeah.
I think it's this is really great because almost every person I've spoken to. As a part of this summit, they've all mentioned AI in a way, and but we've also talked about be real,
Mhm,
understand people, have conversations, and
mhm,
don't be afraid to ask to see if
mhm,
they're open to a product or a business or a community. And I
yeah.
just I really love following your journey. And again, guys, like go follow Melissa. It's Melissa Nicole Brooks, but also go find her on Facebook as well because that's just where I get the most value following her as well. Like I laugh a lot whenever you and your partner like get the stakes out. Do you still do
Yeah.
that stuff? Like whenever you get the
So
stakes,
that's a signature series. That would be one. That
the
would be an
stakes,
example. Yeah, just
like
like how did we make it tonight? Like there's so many ways, no matter what your thing is, to create a signature series.
but it's
Everyone should have.
memorable.
Yeah,
Like you're
that's so.
sitting out on the
Yeah,
porch. You're sitting out on like the porch, like
yeah,
out the front or out the back or whatever.
yeah,
Right, and you've got like the steak, and you're like, and your partner's like super into it. He's like,
yeah. He
yeah,
is.
this is like, and you're like, and you can just see that you're like, I love that he loves this
Yeah,
so much, which is again super relatable because
yeah,
it's sexy, right? It's sexy
yeah.
to have something that you know that your partner loves doing, and you love that about them. And then you're
Mhm,
trying it, and you're like, oh, and then you're like, yeah, I like that one more. I
yeah.
watched one. I watched one you did. Oh, it must have been about a month ago. And I never cook steak at home ever because I always mess it up. And I said to Svelana, I finished watching it. It was a replay. I went to the store. I got a big piece of Wagyu steak, right? And I
Wow,
was like,
yeah.
and since then, I think 3 or 4 times a week, I've just been trying to
I'm
master it.
telling you.
Yeah,
Yeah. You need to
it
get
was
a
good.
torch. That's the
I'm trying,
secret.
man. I'm
Get a
trying.
little
So
torch.
I'm trying. I'm gonna get right. I'm getting the torch. We're getting the torch. We're getting the torch. Right. Uh, you're amazing. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you
this.
so
This
much.
is really good. And again, guys, go follow this amazing individual and go see what she does to give you the confidence to go be your authentic self. All right. So again, I appreciate you. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. Thank you.